Hello, Leo, and welcome to my channel, Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a reading for mid-January 2023, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future. As you can see, I've already gone ahead and pulled the oracle cards and clarified those. I have the overall energy for the reading and the tarot deck that we'll jump into, and then my decks over here are going to be for the extended. Any information on the extended reading for this reading or on a personal reading is in the description box below. That's all. I'm going to jump in. All right. In your recent past, you have see the bigger picture with the Sun card. So here's what I kind of see. I actually feel like this card could be in reverse or upright. And I actually had a hard time kind of figuring out which way to do it. So I just left it upright. And what I feel like this message is saying is it might feel, your recent past might have felt like you were lacking that sun energy, like you were lacking that happiness, that glow of life, essentially. But it's almost like this sun energy was around you, but the only way you would have tapped into it is being able to see the bigger picture. So whatever you were going through was trying to widen your perspective so that you could tap into this energy. I also kind of just see this message very straightforward as Leo being the sun card, you needing to see the bigger picture. In your current energy, you have stepped into your power with the judgment in reverse. I will talk about this in all of my readings. Your power is your mindset. Your mindset about life is what you create in this world. Your thoughts become your beliefs, become your actions, become your reality. It's both the law of attraction and the concept behind CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. What we think about over and over again, that becomes our belief system. What we believe is what we manifest. 95% of our movements, choices, actions, and decisions are subconscious. Only 5% of those things are us consciously thinking it through. So on this journey, you have to learn things twice. You have to learn it here, and then you have to actively take what you've learned, take that knowledge and into practice in your life until it becomes a belief. That's how you retrain your brain, how you retrain that 95% of you. Now, your power, that's why your power is your mindset. Because when things don't look like they're going well, it's believing that everything is working out for you in the end. Even if there is literally no idea and no way in hell that you can see how that's the case right now. That's where your power comes from. The way you respond to your circumstances is how you create your future. Now, your overall energy for this reading is message and transmute. Now, before I dive into what that means, I want to read your immediate future because your immediate future plays into this energy. Because you have talk less, feel more with the Seven of Swords in reverse. I'm sorry, that's the Five of Swords in reverse. I don't know why I said Seven of Swords. The Five of Swords in reverse is the release of this me against the world mentality. And that me against the world mentality is the belief and the idea that the universe does not have your back. I'm kind of stuck on why I thought that was the Seven of Swords, or why I said that was the Seven of Swords. I feel like that's going to play a role here. But it's that idea that the universe doesn't have your back, that everything is not working out for you, but it's happening to you. And that victim mentality, even if you have been a victim in the past, remaining in that victim mentality and not deciding to heal and being able to release your past so that you can move forward is how you kind of remain in that same energy, is how you're not able to attract better for yourself. Now with this talk less and feel more, this to me is the idea that it's almost like it's like like not being all talk, not that you are, or that's something that you've done, but it's almost like feel what you need to about whatever it is you're going through, and don't intellectualize it, because your feeling is what is going to heal it. Intellectualizing your situation isn't going to help you release it. Now, understanding something can help you whenever you're going through the emotions of it, absolutely. But here's the thing, I feel like you're dealing with a lot of fear. You're definitely stuck in some sort of energy here because you have stepped into your power. So there's some need to get out of your head and step into your power. And so there's some sort of message from the universe to help you transmute the energy you're currently dealing with into something better. I'm not quite sure what that is yet. We're going to get it as we start to pull cards. But this whole, it's that concept of like transmuting fear to faith, or transmuting lack into gratitude. Like whatever it is, it's needing to transmute certain energy that you're stuck in into something positive. It's like that idea that like taking what you've been through and using it as a blessing. Like if you've been through god awful experiences that really have been traumatizing and have taken such a toll on you, you can use those experiences in a positive way once you heal and learn from them. It's kind of that idea that what you've been through can someday be someone else's survival guide. And I feel like that's kind of what all of this is saying. But let's see. Recent past for Leo, clarifying see the bigger picture with the sun. And I shuffle these cards before I start as well. So, all right, recent past for Leo, clarifying see the bigger picture with the sun. Card really wanted to come out. Ooh, all right, Leo. We were doing a little bit of overindulging in our recent past. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes we gotta. But the reason you were doing it was because you were running. You were running from your emotions. There's the Tower, the Emperor in reverse. You know, sometimes you gotta, especially if you've been through something so intense. Sometimes you just can't heal until you're ready. So don't be hard on yourself if that's the case for you. The other way I read this Nine of Pentacles in reverse is, yes, there is this overindulgence aspect of the reading, but there's also this level of doubt in what you want being possible. And I feel like what was going on in your recent past, and that's kind of what it was, is it's like if you would have been able to, and not that you obviously didn't face whatever you needed to because it wasn't time yet, but if you were able to face whatever it was you were needing to face, you would have been able to see the bigger picture, and that sun would have kind of shined through on your on the situation. But I feel like you kind of kept yourself in the dark a little bit because you were afraid to face a lot of the emotions that you were dealing with, and that is 100% okay. But with this Emperor in reverse, there was some controlling going on, and that's kind of where the overindulgence comes from, is often we control our circumstances because, or we control how much we eat, or um, how much we, whatever the case is, we sabotage because at least we have control over that. And we often do that when we feel out of control in our lives. So, it's just a lesson. It's not saying that you do this all the time. It's just saying that you are in that kind of energy in your recent past. All right, more recent past for Leo. Recent past for Leo. Yeah, there it is. There was some lack of hope. Quite a bit of lack of hope, actually. With the Hermit in reverse, too, it's almost like you kind of detached a little bit. You withdrew. You detached yourself from your surroundings. And I feel like you did that maybe because you felt you needed to do that to heal. Maybe you did that because you felt you needed to do to rest up. Maybe you did that because you just spent the holidays with your family and your family makes you crazy, so you needed to detach from everything for a little bit. Whatever it was, I just feel like you were stuck like in this like lull, or like just this energy of like bleh, like the sun in reverse energy. But I have it upright because things actually weren't bad, but your emotions and your feelings around it were. And oftentimes we have that because we need to feel things in order to heal things, in order to release them. But I just feel like this, if you look, this whole situation is trying to get you to look at the bigger picture here, to be able to step into your power. I'm a Leo. This is kind of a confusing reading for me too. Recent past for Leo. Oftentimes though, I'll read and I'll go back and like watch them later on, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that does align with my life. All right, you have the Page of Swords with the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Whoa, no, it's just the Page of Pentacles upright. It's not reverse. Why do I keep saying things wrong? That's gonna be something. I'm gonna tap into that. There's an opportunity for you. There is an opportunity for you. But the thing is, because with this Five of Swords in reverse, this you against the world mentality, it's almost like you've been in survival mode for so long that I feel like you have completely forgotten how to thrive. You've been surviving and you don't know how to thrive. And I feel for you. I feel for you in that sense. And it's because of what you've been through. And so in your recent past, it's almost like you wanted to just kind of feel, you wanted to feel in control again. And you know what? I do not blame you guys for that. But now that your recent past is over and you're in your current energy, there is kind of a need to let go of your need for control and allow yourself to have a little bit more faith about your future. Um, this really is, it's like transmuting dark to light. That's the best way I can explain it. Transmuting dark to light. Now, also on the other hand, you can transmute the energy that you're in. You can transmute dark to light, but you also have to be able to hold both. You have to realize the darkness exists, and so does the light, and that there's a balance between the two. Can't have the light without the dark. You can't have the good without the bad. And so the bad, it isn't gonna go away. It's never gonna go away. But you can use the good to like get yourself through it. And I feel like in your recent past, you were having a really hard time doing that. And I feel like it's because you didn't really know how. You didn't have the tools yet. But the thing is you going through it is what gets you the tools to be able to do it. So this is all good. It just doesn't feel like it yet. And I feel like that's where what you're going to start to realize in your immediate future. Because I also feel like you've really, really tried not to feel a lot recently. You've been running from feeling, and I get it, but I feel like it might be time for you to kind of start feeling the things you don't want to. All right, current energy for Leo. More current energy for Leo. Leo's current energy. Leo's current energy. I like it though, because you have stepped into your power. Nice. Hell yeah, Leo. You're the Four of Wands with the Justice. You guys really are trying to, your mindset is your power, and you are trying to tap into that hardcore right now. And I like that, because I feel like you it's interesting, because I feel like you were still aware, like in your recent past, it's almost like you were going through something and you were like, I know that one day I'm gonna have to face, like, I know I'm gonna have to face this soon. Like, I know it. I know I'm gonna have to face this soon. But you weren't ready to do that yet, and that's okay. But now you're in an energy where you are kind of ready to face that. In your immediate future, I feel is when you start to kind of release it, feeling it to heal it. So you're feeling it now, and I feel like you'll start to heal it a little bit more in your future. With the Justice card here, things are starting to come into balance for you. I feel like things have been really unbalanced in whatever way that resonates for you. And it's been unbalanced because it needed to be, because it was almost like you, in balancing yourself out, was you learning to step into your power. Again, it was like, because of the way that you were acting in your recent past, the overindulging, the lack of hope, kind of letting that stuff take over, which is okay. Through doing that, you realize that you were the only person who was going to be able to get yourself out of it. And I feel like in your current energy, you're clawing yourself out of that kind of that darkness, and stepping into the light, stepping into your power. Current energy for Leo, and that's really awesome. I'm so happy for you guys. All right, current energy for Leo, because that's hard. That's some hard stuff right there. Okay, you are still dealing with some overthinking. That's okay. But make sure that you stay aware of it, because overthinking can lead to like over expecting. And it can lead you to over expecting really good things or over expecting bad things. So it can lead to overwhelming a level of hope or an overwhelming level of fear. And I feel like there's a need to kind of, and this is the way I've always explained this, is I talk about light and dark. You could also talk about it in the sense of hope and fear. And this is where I talked about needing to find a balance between the two, because you can hope all day long for things to get better, but we're hoping for things to get better because we're fearing that they won't. In the middle there is faith. And it's faith that things are going to get better. So instead of hoping and saying, yeah, I hope, it's saying, I know. And knowing that things are going to get better, knowing that every up comes with a down, every down comes with an up, knowing that every situation is temporary, knowing that everything in this world is happening to you, not for you, but you have to heal from the situations you've been through in order to see that, knowing that every loss leads to a gain is the only thing that's going to get you into that balance. And so right now you're kind of stuck, and things in your life aren't moving forward. I feel like they went from like slow and steady progression to kind of just like stop. And that happened so that you can face the feelings and the emotions and the thoughts that you're currently facing. So if you feel like overwhelmed or burnt out or stuck or in lack, just know that right now is the time to focus on your mindset. It's the time to transmute that frustration, that fear into faith. Um, I feel like there's a big need right now to make sure you're not getting too in your head, making sure you're not letting your thought loops run away with you. Your thoughts aren't you. You don't have to identify with the things you think. If you think, you could think things about your past, like, oh, I shouldn't have ever said that, or I bet she thought that about me, or I bet this, that, and the other thing. And those aren't real. Those are just your thoughts. Those aren't you. I saw a TikTok about a girl. She was I don't remember the name, I don't remember anything about it. I just know that it was a TikTok, and it resonated with me. And she was like, the best way that I've learned to not identify with my thoughts is to think about a little person sitting in the corner of a rocking chair just yelling things at me. And I like that because it's like they're yelling, you suck, you're fat, you're not going anywhere in life, and you can just be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's how you can disconnect from your thoughts and step more into your power. That's how you can train that 5% of your brain to change that 95%. But you have to actively be involved in that 5% conscious thinking in order to train your 95%. If you allow yourself to think, I'm not worthy, then just as an example, if you think over and over, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy, I'm not worthy, the more that you think that, the more that you're affirming that. Our 95% of us, that subconscious aspect of us, it's a habit. It's the habits that we've created for ourselves. And we create those habits through the way that we think. So if you think fearful thoughts over and over again, your beliefs are going to be aligned with fear. If you think hopeful thoughts over and over again, your belief system is always going to be aligned with hope. And the problem with that, not that you shouldn't be hopeful, but the problem with being hopeful about specific things is you start to always look forward to the future. So you say, life will get better when this happens, then I'll be happy. You cannot wait for life to not be hard to be happy. Life is always hard. Life is hard. It's always going to be hard. But the way that you handle it doesn't have to be. The way that you perceive it doesn't have to be. It can be, yes, this situation is difficult, but I'm doing just fine. It's that idea. And I saw one of my favorite memes that I've ever seen is it was like kind of this split image, and it was this little drawing of a girl standing in sunshine with a beautiful background. It was like spring, and she was like, everything is great, or I'm doing great, everything is great, or everything's okay. That's what it was. Everything is okay. Um, and then the other side, it's like raining and it's cloudy, and it's like this little girl is saying everything is okay. And it was, this is what I used to think stability was, and this is what stability actually is. And that's true. Stability and balance comes from knowing that even when everything isn't going well, that you're still going to be okay. And that knowing, taking a step further, that your belief in that is what's going to manifest everything being okay. Your belief system is your power. Your mindset is your power. That is what is going to transmute your fear to faith, your hopelessness to hope. And again, when I talk about hope, it's just not being hopeful for a specific thing, meaning I'm so hopeful that tomorrow I'm going to wake up with $1 million. Obviously, that's extreme. But instead, it's saying, I have faith that every single one of my financial needs is always going to be met. Hope isn't a bad thing. You can be hopeful for the general idea of your future, but don't hope for specifics, because you'll get yourself stuck in what I've always called a hope loop, which is where you get really hopeful, those things don't happen, and you fall back into disappointment. And then all of a sudden you get really hopeful again, and you fall back into disappointment. And a lot of these YouTube, readings can do that to you, because they'll say, you see these, oh, your future's about to change forever, you're the luckiest person alive, you're going to have $1 million tomorrow, whatever the case is. Those get you stuck in this hope. And then when that doesn't happen, you get disappointed. But then you watch another one to bring back up that hope. And then when it doesn't happen, you get disappointed. And that is the hope cycle. It brings disappointment. Focusing on fear of your future robs you of your joy today. Focusing on hope of your future robs you of your joy tomorrow, because when things don't turn out exactly like you want, you have disappointment. Focusing on faith and knowing that everything is always going to be okay, that keeps you balanced today. That keeps you in faith. That keeps you grateful for where you're at and excited about where you're going. Whew. Current energy for Leo. It's already a long reading, my goodness. Current energy for Leo. 4 of Cups in reverse. With the Judgment in reverse. Guys, Leos. Don't focus on lack. Don't focus on lack. Because the more that you focus on lack, the more you're going to see lack. The more you focus on, I don't have this, I don't have that, the more that those you're going to experience those things. That's just the way. It's the universal law of attraction. It's the way it goes. Do not focus on what you don't have. Focus on what you already have in your life, and that will bring more good things into your life. It's the practice of gratitude. It's the practice of staying present. In your recent past, you obviously went through something pretty major, pretty life-changing, pretty life-shifting, and it brought you into this level of hopelessness where it's almost like you disconnected from the world and you kind of hid. You hid from yourself. You did that because you needed to. You needed to in that moment. That's where you had to be. That was what part of life, was for you at that time. That's okay. But in your current energy now, you have the power to shift what's going to happen to you in your future. Your current thinking is what is going to impact what happens to you next. Your response to your circumstances is what creates your immediate future. So try to be as optimistic as possible while still holding on to the darkness. Your fear can still be there. You can still fear things not working out for you, but you can also have the faith in knowing that your fear isn't real. Your fear is an illusion. Your fear is trying to trick you into believing that so that those things happen. Think devil energy, right? Whew. All right. Immediate future for Leo. So right now is the time to really step into your power because things are not what they seem. Things are not what they seem right now, Leo. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with you kind of maybe expecting your past to repeat itself, or fearing that your past is going to repeat itself, or still kind of struggling to release your past. Whatever it is, just know that you're on the right track. You're doing the healing. Your intentions are aligned, and you're going to be okay. Even if everything doesn't feel like it right now. Immediate future for Leo. So talk less, feel more. 5 of Swords in reverse. Let's see. Tower in reverse with a 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Interesting. You're going to have to face the things that you don't want to feel in your immediate future. But that's okay. Because you're learning right now, okay, I like this. Because in your current energy, you're learning the mindset aspect of it. Everything I just said, don't allow your fear to be a truth for you. In your immediate future, it's almost like you're going to have to face the things that you've been avoiding to face emotionally with the mindset that you've acquired now. So don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of feeling. Feeling is part of being a human. It's the whole point is for us to be here, to feel, to experience, to enjoy. So in your immediate future, if you start feeling a little bit more like heavy or more intense or whatever it is, just know that you're feeling that way so that you can work through those feelings. Remember that your emotions aren't telling you a truth. Your emotions are just giving you insight into what needs to heal. It doesn't mean that they're not valid. Feel them, experience them, allow them to wash over you, but don't allow them to consume you. All right, immediate future for Leo. Because you have talk less and feel more, because that's what's going to release this 5 of Swords energy, this like defensiveness almost. And then there's like that 7, I was feeling that 7 of Swords in reverse. It's almost like the answers that you're looking for, the answers that you're looking for, they lie in your healing. They don't lie in your external environment. They don't lie in a tarot reading. They lie within you, and the only way you can find them, you can uncover them, is when you feel all the stuff that's covering them up. All right, immediate future for Leo. The Well in reverse with the 3 of Cups. Things want to come together for you. You want this. You want this 3 of Cups. You want the pieces to start to fall into place. But with this Well in reverse, you aren't allowing them yet. But you're not allowing them because you don't believe that they're possible, because you have that Five of Swords energy. You feel like the universe doesn't have your back. You feel like it's like this, like you can't trust yourself. You feel like you can't trust yourself on a certain level. That's the energy that needs to be transmuted, and I feel like it will in your immediate future. You know, I'm never going to be that tarot reader that promises you the world in your immediate future, because I don't think that that ever will help you heal. My goal with my readings is to bring that stuff to the surface so that you see what needs to be addressed, because that's the only way that's going to get you to what you want anyway. So bear with me, because I don't think your immediate future is going to be bad by any means. It's just going to be um it's going to be more healing. It's going to be a situation that you work through with your current mindset. If that's anything I've learned, it's that the universe makes us learn things twice. We learn it up here, we learn it on a conscious level, we implement that knowledge, and that becomes our subconscious. And so a lot of times we have to learn something, and then we have to work through our emotions around our circumstances with that knowledge, so that we can then transmute whatever is in our subconscious into something better. Immediate future for Leo. I like this. You have the Six of Pentacles. Here's the thing, you want to receive, right? You're ready to receive your manifestations. You want to receive your blessings. You want to receive what's meant for you. But you have to step into this King of Wands energy first. Six of Pentacles, King of Wands. You have to step into someone who believes that everything that they pursue in this world is meant for them. Meaning, if it's, well, hang on, back up. Meaning, there's no doubt in you pursuing what is meant for you. Because right now, you're dealing with a lot of doubt. You're dealing with a lot of doubt because you've experienced situations to make you deal with a lot of that doubt. So it's okay. But there's a need to make sure that in your immediate future, you come into this energy of nothing can stand in my way but myself, because that is the truth of the situation. Making sure that was on, because I took a break after my last reading and I got really nervous and I never turned it on again. Don't focus too much on your material world. If your material world looks scary right now, if you're struggling with your finances, if you're struggling with your love life, if whatever you're struggling with, know that solutions are on their way, and that this time is happening to help you have a little bit of faith. Okay? We are going to hop on over to the extended. I'm going to jump into these messages, dive a lot deeper. I've got advice that I'll give in the extended, as well as an advice card to pull from Spirit. So all of that is in the description box below. Thank you, Leo, so much for the support of my channel. It means the absolute world to me. I am a semi-new channel, even though I used to have a tarot channel in the past. So it's good to be back, and I'm excited to keep delivering messages, and I hope to see you guys in future readings. Have a great 2023. Bye, Leo.